Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope you guys are well. I thought I'd do, after that video, I thought I'd do a little live stream with you guys, vlog, just to see how you guys are. So, how are you guys? Let me just put the light on a bit more. It's a bit dull. Yeah, that should be better. So, how's everyone been? What's latest with you guys? And now, today I hope you guys saw on my YouTube channel, I tried to live stream this new thing they have on YouTube. Basically, it's called Premiere. So one of my students, Abdul Razak, yeah, he taught me about this. He told me actually, and today I actually found out exactly how to do it. So Abdul Razak, he didn't exactly explain to me how it's done, but Alhamdulillah, I worked out how it's supposed to be done. So anyway, so I did that. It's a kind of, basically, you can upload something which you kind of done before, and then you can have a specific time that everyone watches it. And then when they watch it, you can actually sit down and you just answer their messages in the chat. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you? Well, are you okay? I don't know how to get the link for this. There doesn't seem to be a link anywhere. Is there any link for this? Can someone just post the link in the comments? Because I want to put it onto my social media. So yeah, I was just mentioning that there's this new feature on YouTube which is called Premiere. If you guys have heard of it, Premiere. So you can basically make a video and then you can upload it, and then it's basically scheduled for a specific time. So everyone watches it live, but it's been uploaded from before. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Alhamd, كيف الحال؟ تدرس المساء؟ نعم أدرس أدرس مساء. اليوم لا أدرس شيء. So yeah, that's basically what the Premiere, that new thing, is about. So if you guys are interested, let me know, see how that goes. No, it's not editing. It's basically you pre-record something and then you put it on, and then it's scheduled for a certain time, and then everyone knows about exactly this video when it's going to come on, and then you can just sit down and you can just answer people's questions in the chat. So I think it's a good idea. I'm trying to think out how it can be utilized. I don't know. I mean, it depends how interested people are with it as well. So there's no link for this, is there? Because today I've live streamed from my laptop, so I can't seem to find any specific link for this. So can anyone see a link on this page that you guys have come to? Is there any sort of link? The URL at the top of the address. If you can just post that URL into. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Hayra. Is that how I say your name? Hayra Javed. Okay, so actually let me see if I can do it from here. Alhamdulillah. Excellent. So it's cold here today. There was so much ice on my car, and what happened was that the scraper, the scraper that you use to clear off the ice off the car. So basically this was in the boot, and what happened was that the boot wouldn't open. So I think because of the cold, the boot had frozen, so I couldn't open the boot. You know the boot is, don't you? Yeah, the trunk or the back of the car. So I couldn't basically open that. So I had to scrape off with my gloves. These are my gloves here. Yeah, these are the gloves I wear. So yeah, so I had to scrape it off with these gloves. Alhamdulillah, the gloves haven't become damaged. I usually wear these gloves in the morning. Yeah, these are the gloves that I wear in the cold, and this is my scarf that I wear. Yeah, so I basically had to do that, and it was a rough experience. So tell me, is it cold where you guys are? And in the morning, if it's cold, what do you guys do when you're trying to get the ice off your car? put it in the comments. Let me know. I want some ideas of what I can do. One of the guys, he actually told me this. He said what he does is he has a drive in his garden. So he actually puts his car, he puts in his car a heater. Yeah, he puts a heater in his car. He actually plugs the heater in, gets an extension wire from his house, and he has his electric heater. And he says, I put that in my car, and it heats up the car extremely fast. So I don't know. I mean, that's what he does. So tell me, what do you guys do? And if you've got any questions, you can ask me, inshallah. Yeah, you can ask me. Yes, England, in the UK, England. 1 second. Hello? Hello? Oh, ya Allah. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah, Ibrahim. Hope you're well. So yeah, that's basically the mornings that these days, mornings I've been going through. So I've also, someone gave me this, right? So I've got these bag of sweets, and I don't usually eat sugar, but you know what? I'm craving for sugar at the moment. So sometimes you get a craving for something. And you know, different halal ones as well, yeah. So I'm gonna make the most of these. Okay, what's that? BBL. What's a BBL? Some scholars say fades are haram. What do you think? I mean, haircuts, yeah? No, I mean, they're okay. They're fine. There's nothing explicit to say they're haram. نعم هذه قفازتية. نعم هذه قفازة جميلة جدا. هذه يعني مصنوع من شركة تنسوليت. عرفت تنسوليت؟ نعم هذا جيد. كنت ألبس غير هذا من قبل، لكن لم أجد فيها يعني الراحة في استعمالها عندما كنت أسوق سيارة. Okay, so yeah, so that's basically in the morning. So if you guys have any tips or anything how to defrost the car, let me know, guys. Let me go. So I want some easy ways. Sometimes you want to go for Fajr or something and the car's frozen. Yeah, and it's a mission, man. You gotta like wait 5-10 minutes to car to heat up, the windscreen to melt. So okay, can we eat crab and shrimps? I really want to know. According to the Hanafi school, generally they say that you can only eat fish, but there are many Hanafis I know who are a bit lenient in this. That it's not a strict issue. It's not like eating crabs and shrimps. It's not as a strict rule. So there is scope for it. So there are some that I eat shrimps. Shrimps is prawns, aren't they? Prawns. So I eat prawns. I like prawns a lot, especially like prawns that have what is it called? Fried prawns. Have you guys eaten fried prawns? Oh, that's next level stuff, man. Yeah, king prawns that are fried in batter. Oof, that's next level. I've eaten crab as well. Yeah, I used to have, when I was in madrasa, there was students from Thailand. They, in our room, they used to make like shared food. They used to eat with each other. And once they invited me to eat crab, and I tasted it. It was good. It was okay. I mean, it's like they say, it tastes like chicken. Yeah. So guys, if you're, if you have always wondered what crab tastes like, it basically tastes like chicken. Nothing fancy. A pan of warm water over the windscreen. Yeah, I heard that's good, but the thing is, and I heard that can also damage, because sometimes it's too cold that it can cause damage to the windscreen. I don't know if it's true. Yeah, have you tried it before? Have you thrown a pan of hot water onto the windscreen? Yeah, warm water. Yeah. Okay, I'll try that. Warm water. Yeah, every day, and it works. the hadith about the Mahdi are da'if, and it was a forgery made by the other. Says the hadith and flags made up according to some verses. Okay. أنا فارغ بالسماع. أنا فريح. فريح. So you would say أنا فرحان. أنا فرحان بسماع محادثتك بالعربية. ما أفصحك. سبحان الله. سبحان الله. Okay. Yeah, you try that. Yeah, yes, Hayat. That's the way, man. Inshallah, I'll give it a go, and then I'll tell you in the next vlog how it goes. And if my screen gets messed up, yeah, I'm going to be searching for you. That's the only boiled water because it's extreme contrast temperature. Yeah, maybe that's what they were saying. What do we say to this? The thing is, I haven't checked all the hadith, yeah, but there are many hadith which are valid. Yeah, and there are many hadith regarding the Mahdi which are fabricated, clearly. And the black flags hadith is considered to be an extremely weak hadith. But yeah, there are hadith out there. I can't remember from the top of my head. But this is something which there are hadith for it. And it's not something which is part of the Aqidah, as in it's not something which is central. We have to kind of search for the Mahdi. This isn't like that. Okay. So no crack so far. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Good. Oi, do you like bombs? Do I like bombs? What was that? I got no liability insurance, Ustad. Okay, what's up, brother? Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. So what else, guys? So anything new? Tell me some new things. Anything interesting? So do you guys? What's your hobbies? What kind of hobbies do you guys get up to? Do you like playing computer games? Do you like playing any sports? As you guys know, I like playing badminton. Yeah. So here's one of my shuttles. This is a very damaged shuttle, as you can see. Yeah. Look at the state of that. The feathers are all gone to pieces. How do you do sajda sahu and when to do it? Sajda sahu, according to the Hanafi school, is done when a person delays a wajib act in salat, or misses it out unintentionally, or adds a wajib act, basically. So, for example, let's say I missed out Surah Fatiha, or I delayed Surah Fatiha. I read Surah Fatiha twice. I added it extra. Then I've got to do sajda sahu. So sajda sahu basically is like repairing the salat. There's a deficiency in the salat, like a mistake made in the salat. And to make it up, you do sajda sahu. So you don't have to do it for every mistake. But if you miss out, like I said, a wajib, then you got to do it, or if you delay one. And the way you do it is at the end of your salat, when you're sitting down, when you're reading tashahhud, Allah, attahiyatullahi wa salawatu wa tayyibat. When you finish that, before you start, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, before that, you give salam to one side, assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, and then Allahu Akbar. You do two sajdas, Allahu Akbar, yeah, and then you get up, and then you finish your salat as normal. Tahiyatu lillahi wa salawatu wa tayyibat, and then all the way to the end, assalamu alaikum. So it's basically this little section, you add it onto the end of your salat. That's it. And that's like a repair for your salat. Salat becomes repaired with that. So yeah, that's it, man. You're welcome, Ibrahim. Studying Arabic is my hobby. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Barakallah. Fika. Jazakumullah khairan. So is there anyone from the outside of the UK here? Anyone watching from outside of the UK? معذرة. نعم. لماذا تأخرت يا عبد الرزاق؟ وكيف رجلك؟ هل تأتي إلى الدرس غدا؟ So yeah, man. That basically. So today, mashallah, I had a guy, a new person I met. He is basically learned Arabic, and he was interested in teaching Arabic online. So I had a nice conversation with him in Arabic. His Arabic was very good, mashallah. And he's from Pakistan originally, but at the moment residing in Italy. So he had a meeting with me. Mashallah, he's interested in teaching Arabic. So I thought, if there's anyone that wants to speak Arabic, I don't really have time that much. So I said to him that I'll pass on the details to him. But yeah, so that was my day basically. And tomorrow, inshallah, I've got my badminton, weekly badminton. Saudi, yeah? MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah, Barakallah, Barakallah. Okay, so any other questions, guys? You guys have no questions. You guys just ask about Imam Mahdi and crabs and shrimp. If you have no other questions, then I think I call it a day. Inshallah, we'll be starting to teach how to some new students in January. Only basics though. Will be first time teaching any Islam. Have taught any art. Have taught art before. Any tips or stuff? Okay, tips. Yeah. When you're teaching, yeah, just always remember, make sure you thoroughly understand the topic yourself. That's sometimes, from my experience, I've made a big mistake like that. Sometimes I taught something and a certain thing I haven't thoroughly understood it. And then what happens is when you're teaching it to the student, because you understand it thoroughly, then how is the student going to understand it? So, try to understand it thoroughly, go over it, make like all sorts of notes and mind maps, and try to figure out all the problems that could arise. And that will help you a lot. So what I like to do in Nahu is, first of all, just start off with the basics of Nahu. Make sure you explain to the student the basic concepts, because you might think that they are very, very easy, but to the student, they might be very complicated, like things like fi'l, fa'il, maf'ul bihi, so mawsuf, sifa. These are maybe easy to you, me and you, but to a new student, they might be very difficult. So try to get them into it. Try to give them lots of examples, lots and lots of examples. And my teacher, one of my teachers, Sheikh, he's not my teacher directly, but he was a scholar, and I met him. He actually said to me, Sheikh Nadir, his name was Sheikh Nadir, and he said to me that whenever you teach, always try to, for anything that you teach, give 3 examples. 3 examples, give for it. And he goes, give 3 examples every time you teach something, because somehow 3 examples, they kind of make the concept in the head of the student. Okay. لو أن أتحدث العربية معك على الشاي الإنجليزي ما زلت أمارس المحادثة. ما شاء الله، جميل جميل إن شاء الله. نعم، الشاي الإنجليزي جميل جدا، والمحادثة معك أتوقع أن تكون جميلة أيضا، وفوق الشاي إن شاء الله. هل اتخذت الاختبار الشخصية التي قبل أسبوع أظن؟ نعم، قد اختبرت طلبة. نعم، اختبرت طلبة الحمد لله، وقد نجح منهم البعض وخسر ورسبوا بعضهم. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Can you give example of an example? Can I give example of an example? Okay, so I mean, like for example, let's say I'm teaching. Let's say I'm teaching, I don't know, Nahu, let's say, and I want to say, okay, let me explain to you the concept of a fi'l and a fa'il and a maf'ul. So I would say something like, okay, a fi'l is an action. So for example, like wrote action. And the person that's doing the action, yeah, the person who's doing the action, like let's say for example, Khalid wrote, right? So Khalid is the person doing the action, the doer of the action. And then the thing that he wrote, the object, the thing that's being written, the third thing, this is known as the object. So the rule is, you have a verb, you have someone that's doing that verb, and then you have something that's being done. Yeah. So you have Khalid wrote a book, right? So Khalid wrote a book. This is one example. And then you bring a second example to kind of bring that home. So you say, okay, let's take another word, Zainab. So Zainab heard the Imam. Zainab heard the Imam. So, okay, tell me now, in this sentence, what's the verb? So you would say heard. In this sentence, who is doing the heard? So you say Zainab, and then you say, okay, what is Zainab hearing? What's the object? And you say the Imam. Excellent. Second example. Third example, bring the third one now. So I would say something like Yasin, let's say. So Yasin, okay, Yasin drove. Okay, so drove. And then what did he drive? Car. So what are the three words here? So you say, okay, drove, and then car, Yasin, and then car. Basically, what you're doing is you're slowly kind of getting the students used to the idea of having structure in sentences. So once they can understand that the sentence is structured like this, verb and the subject and then the object, they kind of slowly begin to add up each one. It builds like a wall. And then on top of that, you build another wall. And then on top of that, you build another wall. So this way, you're going with the students, you're kind of making them think for themselves. It makes the lesson more enjoyable as well. And this is one thing I found as well. When you're working at the pace of the students, it makes it more interesting. Okay, assalamu alaikum. قصدت personal test. لا ما فعلته إلى الآن. لكن نسيته يعني تماما نسيته. عليكم السلام. How long did you study Arabic, speak and understand it? It took me, where I studied in Pakistan, I studied in a madrasa where there was an Arabic section there. And the Arabic section was basically just purely Arabic, no other language. So I learned, I would say, I was able to hold a good conversation within about 3 months. 3 months, 4 months maybe, good conversation I could hold. Because I was there 24 hours a day. So, I mean, that's a big advantage. Shafak Allah. How long do you have to study Arabic to understand it? Would you recommend learning for language first? Start with the grammar. Okay, no, I actually wouldn't recommend learning the grammar first. I would actually recommend immersing yourself in Arabic, getting used to Arabic, and then after that, starting off with the grammar. Grammar, I think, is a big mistake. You start off grammar because it doesn't seem natural. To me, it doesn't seem natural. Although that's what I did. But it just seems to me very unnatural that you're learning the grammar and then you're learning the language. So I would say learn the language and just enough grammar just so that you can structure sentences. That's all you need. Yeah. So a little bit of grammar, like salt in food. Is it good to bring examples from the Quran, or is it too complex? I think examples for Nahwu, examples from the Quran is good because usually students, they kind of want to use the Quran first of all. So it's good. But the problem is, I find it very difficult to find mubtada and khabar sentence examples from the Quran. There's that book I've got, where I found on the internet, where it's just about mubtada and khabars. But it's very kind of difficult to kind of find like a simple mubtada khabar, Zaid, Salih kind of sentence. Very difficult. So what I would recommend is maybe you give just like normal examples. You give normal examples, and then after that, you give examples from the Quran later on. So kind of like introduce them to the Quran, but don't make the entire lesson just focus on the Quran, right? So get them used to things which are external of the Quran, and then after that, you slowly introduce them to the Quran so that they don't kind of, because if you kind of give them the Quran straight away, it's so complex sometimes a sentence can be, that you overload them and then they feel as though they can't learn anymore and you might burn them out. That's what I would say. Is covering face mandatory for women in Islam? There are many sisters who would not agree to this. If yes, then how? There's a difference of opinion regarding covering of the face. Yeah, there's a valid difference of opinion regarding this. And, both sides, there are evidences for it. And I wouldn't, these kind of things, I wouldn't debate. I mean, what I would say is, look, a person should remember that at the end of the day, a person should strive to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as best as they can, not to try and force other people to do it or not. And people should respect each other for this as well. Biggest problem we have today is people don't want to respect other people. Yeah, and we're living in times where it's very difficult for a person to kind of try and practice Islam in the best way possible. It's very difficult. So do a little bit at a time. Try your best, inshallah, and always remember our predecessors are the best examples for us. So your camera is a bit dodgy. My camera is dodgy. Maybe your eyes are dodgy, bro. What do you mean it's dodgy? It's like, is it fuzzy? I'm doing it from a laptop, so I think the camera on the laptop isn't very clear. Is an eyelash lift permissible? Eyelash lift? What is that? Where is the best place to study Arabic language from home? You can study online. There are some places online. I think Mufti Yusuf Mullan in Canada has got a Sharia program, which I heard is quite good. Besides that, I think you've got what else is there? Studying online. I'm not sure, I know that one's quite popular. They used to be Bayyina, I think they've stopped now. Bayna was quite popular as well. I mean, I have you studied with me before Arabic, Quranic Arabic? I was gonna say me. I teach good Arabic online, but no, I don't teach good Arabic. Okay. Anyway, so anyone else got any questions? Anything interesting to share? So Jazakallah khair, guys, for that. Really enjoyed having your company. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep all of you guys happy. And you know, these days are very cold days, so you know, wrap up warm, keep safe. Well, obviously, if you're not in the northern hemisphere, if in the southern hemisphere, then these are very warm days, so then that dua really is going to be different. Okay, you studied, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure online, you know, I'm not sure online. I was thinking of doing something. Have you gone through my YouTube Ajurumiyya? Try going through that, the Ajurumiyya. And on my website, on my YouTube channel, you've seen lots of resources that you can use. I'm from the UK. I'm from the UK. And I studied in Pakistan, in Karachi. Karachi, Pakistan. I studied there. A lot of people are kind of shocked. How was it that you studied in Karachi? How did you? Long story, man. Long story. Go on my YouTube channel. I've got my whole. I made my Draw My Life there. You guys can check it out. Yeah. So it's yeah, Ajurumiyya. Very good. It's a very nice book. Inshallah, inshallah. Jazakallah khair, guys. Remember your du'as. I am now going to go. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.